Hello everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey and I am going to share with you today how I created this page using the Scraptastic Club Cherry Pie kit and add-on. As you can see, I've already selected a couple of 12 by 12 papers and my photo for this particular page. It's just one photo of my son's 4 by 6 printed on my Canon selfie printer, and they were at California Adventure. Now that polka dot piece of paper is by Ellie's Studio and it's super cute and I loved it and I knew I really wanted to use a big chunk of it, and so all I'm going to do is mat it right on top of that large thick stripe patterned paper. Now I know a lot of people would try to cut out the center of that paper, the underneath paper, and salvage some of it, but I really didn't foresee myself using either side of it, so I was okay using it just as entirely as a mat behind that polka dot paper, which I'm super excited about. Now, like I said already multiple times, I really love the paper. However, in the end, it might be a tiny bit busy for all of the embellishments that I'm going to be adding, but it's okay. It's not like every single page has to turn out exactly as I had planned, so it's all right to have one that's maybe, I could have done this a little bit better. I'm pulling out a bunch of embellishments from the kit and the add-on, including those stickers that you see in the upper left-hand corner that are exclusive to the kits, and then some Simple Stories clips, some Ellie Studio die cuts, some pink fresh rubber charms, and then a few exclusives from the kit as well. And I plan to go crazy with the embellishments here. However, I do want to use this cut apart sheet, which is an exclusive from the kits, to mat the photo. I don't want to do it in the traditional way, like leaving a 1/4 inch border. I want to do it where I can have a bunch of the patterns showing underneath the photo, which will sort of tie it all together with the embellishing that I intend to do from the bottom of the photo down to the bottom of the page. Luckily for me, a bunch of those cut apart pieces really sort of lend themselves to that bottom heavy design, and so I can use, like, for example, that hello, and then that piece that says this photo, this story, that kind of thing. So as you can see there, I'm just getting it all lined up before I adhere it all down, because that will sort of be the base for where I add my embellishments and all of that. And so I will need to have it all adhered to the paper before I kind of get started, just to make sure that it all is exactly where I want it to be. I have a hard time often, once I've done it for practice, getting it adhered where I had it, but this time it works out okay since it's just sort of one big block and they're mostly just fairly simple. As you can see, since this is a Disneyland photo or California Adventure photo, the colors from this kit are perfect since they're very primary colors and cheerful, no pastels really or muted tones. And so that's why I was super excited about this kit. Since I have so many Disneyland photos, I knew that the bright primary colors would be perfect. Now again, just using another little piece from that cut apart, the 3x4, and just adding that right there underneath the hello block as well, just sort of adding and building to that base of layering right underneath the photo. As you can see how I'm getting that design from top to bottom, and then with all of the embellishing and the real sort of decorative elements underneath the photo. Now I love this sticker since it's got the black outline with the white on the inside. It's super bold and fun, and I love how it fits right there with that hello. It just really ended up awesome right there, and I think that's thanks to the fact that that black outline really gives it that pop that it needs. And these stickers, I love them. They're not a cardstock sticker, but the paper is really thick and nice. It's just got a really good feel, and I love how they kind of just add a little bit of something to the page, and yet they're easy to use, they're fun, they're cute, and they're really great. Same thing with these Ellie Studio die cuts. I'm not able to use all of them on this page, obviously, but also because some of them are a little bit more muted and a little bit more pastel, And since the overall theme of this was primary colors and pretty bright and pretty bold, obviously I don't want that, but it's okay because there are enough pieces in there that really work for what I am doing, and tons of items from this kit that work great as well. Now, as you can see, I've got one of those rubber charms from Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm just going to lay that right down there. Again, helping with that design, not only just in the building portion from top to bottom, but then also that particular rubber charm also has the arrow pointing down. So it sort of leads your eye from the top down and really just kind of gives that little push that I had for this particular layout to move from top to bottom. Now again, I'm just picking a couple of more of the die cuts from the Ellie Studio Little Ephemera package that work on my page, either color-wise or with the text or images that are included. There are, like I said, I'm not really doing sort of a pastel theme. This is really a little bit more primary colors. Sorry about that. I was struggling to think of the word. But they do end up working enough. There are gray and aqua and that kind of thing, and so it really does lend itself to sort of the theme that I had working in my head for this particular page. So now, as you can see, the overall bulk of the design is there. The idea of what I had for the movement for this particular page and the embellishments. And so I am able to get a really clear vision of what this is going to look like, though I do decide that I need to add just a tiny bit more over there on that right hand side of the photo, just so that it's not all completely below or in the center of the design. Now this Pink Fresh alphabet set is sort of like a puffy sticker, and they're really cool, and the yellow is good. And then not only that, I like the font a lot. It's really super basic, which is fun for me because it doesn't take away from the embellishments, since it's not like, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm a crazy beautiful script or something like that. It's just nice and basic, yet with the color and the size, they do definitely lend a little bit of, not heftiness, but they definitely secure their own right here on this page with this size. Now the primary part of my title is done, which is this time, but then I'm also going to use these Ellie Studio small black alphabet stickers to add more to the title work. It's just going to be a longer title, but I didn't want to make it all the yellow alphabets because that would kind of make it too much and too hefty, and really what I wanted was the focal point to be on this time. So adding the "with you" in the black stickers really sort of ties it all together, makes the title complete without it being huge or anything like that. So that's where these really come in perfectly, because they're the perfect size to finish up the title, but I don't need the entire thing to be large and the focal point. So after adding the title, the page is almost complete. All I need to do is add a little bit of journaling, and I will use a favorite technique, which is to take a black pen and my ruler and draw some lines. And I like those because they really sort of draw your eye to the journaling, which is, for me, the whole point of doing the journaling, which is to be read. So I like to add that not only as a guideline, but also really to draw your eye into the journaling as well. And then that's it for this page. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my layout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate you leaving me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video, and it lets YouTube know what you like to see. Thank you so much for stopping by, and make it a great day.